a gentleman standing behind our camera wearing a there's another Quadro sweatshirt. When you see that halfway across the world, there are fans of yours rocking your gear, the Quadro brand, how does it, first of all, how does that make you feel? Second of all, does that blow your mind that you're having that kind of a long-reaching influence across the world?
I grew up in a town, New Jersey, and I never really thought, I always loved bodybuilding. I didn't really knew what it encompassed and what being an IFBB pro meant. But to see people wearing a shirt with my name on it, or even just asking for my autograph or stopping to take a picture, I think that's why you guys never see me turn anybody down, even if it's in the gym, because I'm not a normal bodybuilder. I didn't expect to be where I'm at. I don't have the genetics like, you know, Phil or Brandon or all these other guys, you know. Not that we all don't work hard, but I wasn't genetically blessed with the best genetics that you guys obviously can tell by my physique. So I have to work every single inch of muscle or every single inch of fat that I lose. Takes just a little extra effort than the average person, because, you know, if I'm 2% off at a show, most guys can still win. If I'm 2% off at a show, I'll get my ass kicked. So it's kind of a fine line between being that hardest worker in the room, and that's what I try to, you know, mirror every time I step into the gym or on stage.
I think when you think Guy Cisternino, when you think Quadro, I think that's the story that a lot of people have of you, is the fact that you've endured a lot. You've endured injury upon injury. You've endured a double shoulder surgery last year, correct? Yet you continue to persevere. Many people wonder, why bother? Why are you putting yourself through this? At the end of the day, obviously, we'll talk about your big pro win in the Niagara Falls Pro. When you get asked that question, why do I do this? Why do I continue to battle through the pain, the injuries, and in your own words, your genetics? What is the end game? What is the objective here?
Well, I look at life with analogies. So if you're a race car driver in NASCAR, the car can only go around the track so many times until it has to pit, change tires, fuel the engine, give the driver some, whatever the case may be. We're only given one life. So I look at, and I view my body as a race car. I want it to run as long as possible with as many miles on it, and then you're gonna get in accidents, you're gonna get blown out tires, you're gonna run out of gas, but as long as the vehicle is still able to move, then I just keep moving forward. And why I do it, I tell everybody, because I can. That's why I do it, because I'm able to do it. Everybody, you know, my motivation is, somebody asked me today what my motivation was, and I said I wake up every day. What more motivation do you need? I don't need YouTube, I don't need social media. My eyes open, that means I got 24 hours to make the best of it. So how the hell are you not motivated to do as big and great things as you can to accomplish your dreams that day? Because as cliche as it is, I'm here today, I could go to bed tomorrow and not wake up and be at booth day 5. You just don't know.
You mentioned many times over the past, you were on with Dave on RXMuscle a couple of weeks ago, and you talked about how you're well aware of what people say online. You monitor the comments, you know what the bodybuilding fan is thinking, and the thing that I've kind of observed, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong with this, that seems to fuel you. I feel as if so much of what you do in your bodybuilding career, in your public personality, you're out to prove people wrong.
There is nothing better, at least for me, that, because I've been told I can't do a lot of things my entire life. I'm sure I wasn't really that big. I graduated high school at 160 pounds. I wasn't a big guy. But I've been told throughout my entire life I can't do something, and there's no greater feeling than proving people wrong and just sticking that middle finger in the air going, I did it. Thanks for watching.
You just came off a big win at the 2019 Niagara Falls Pro, and you talked about the emotion that was going through your mind. Bob Chickarello tried to interview you afterwards, and you said you could barely even stand in place, let alone talk, let alone express what you were thinking at that moment. Well documented what you've been through, the injuries, the surgeries. In the grand scheme, what does a victory like that mean to you?
That victory was, I think I put it as the perfect ending to an absolute nightmare of a story. you know, after 2017 getting burned really bad and in the hospital for 5 days thinking, you know, they thought I had cancer, to then getting double shoulder surgery, losing 40 pounds, and then trying to gain my weight back and then get back to the professional stage. It was almost like learning my body all over again. Things that worked 2 years ago didn't work again. So I did 2 shows, June and July. I got my ass kicked. My ass kicked third and fourth, but that's when you're in the winner's circle as much as me, you're not used to taking third or fourth or even second. And then we did a couple shows in Romania, took fourth, and then California was just an absolute nightmare. And 6 days later, we were in Niagara Falls, and that's where I won. Obviously, we had to figure out the formula to win, but that win just showed, you know, there was a point in time when I was backstage. You know, anybody that competes, this is, you know, pretty good advice. One thing that I never did as an amateur, or even in my earlier pro career, is I never paid attention to anybody backstage. I never gave a shit about what anybody looked like. I never his legs, or this guy's back, or this guy's got better conditioning, or this guy looks bigger than me. But I started to do that this year, and I started to do that because of my surgeries, and I started to doubt if I physically could do what I used to be able to, because I was there. Mentally, nobody can out-train me, outwork me, nothing. But Father Time is real, and that's one thing that resonated with me, is that time really does catch up to you. I never thought I'd be 37 battling all the shit I battled, and that victory just proved to me that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what adversity you have, no matter how many times your back is to the wall, if you just have that relentless determination to just win, no matter how many times you get knocked down, as long as you just keep going every day, you're going to accomplish your goal. It may not happen the first time, the first week, the first month, the first year, but that's where you have to understand, when you get to the top of a sport, it's not about, you know, everybody thinks it's hard getting to the top and being a pro and winning, but it takes a lot of fucking stamina to stay up here, and that's harder than getting there. Getting there is the easier part. Staying there is the hard part.